Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Unboxed. So glad to have you with us today. Okay, the last time I shared that leadership can be hard on several fronts, and I gave you three reasons why leadership can be difficult. Number one, it's hard developing plans and strategies to grow your organization. I've also been sharing with you that the second reason is it's hard finding the right team members who fit your leadership style and the culture of your organization. It's hard being a leader, number three, because it's hard assembling a strong, cohesive team with synergy, especially in this world. People are all over the place, and it's people are looking for the next big thing. It's hard to develop a team that has that synergy to really hit what you're trying to produce. The amount of pain, here's the catch as a leader, the amount of pain we are able to endure will determine the height of our leadership and the growth of our organization. And as I told you before, when I'm talking about pain, what I'm talking about is your ability to tolerate the pain and the discomfort of others in your relationship system. So once again, today, we're going to unbox the difference between survival leaders and challenge leaders. And when I say that, I'm going to be more specific, because today we're going to talk about the difference in the way that these leaders are willing to play it safe or to take risk for the sake of truth. Stick around while we unbox this vital subject. I'm Dr. Robert Davis, family life educator and relationship coach, and welcome to Unboxed, a frank and straightforward conversation about relationships. We're going to talk about family, church, workplace, and all other types of relationships. Join me for the next few moments as we unbox the power and potential of relationships and help you to live your best life. All right. Welcome again, everyone. Do me a favor before we get started. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification button so that you can know when we are going live. That's right. Like, subscribe, and share. And if you're listening to this in the podcast, please make sure that you visit our website. It's www.swg-unboxed.org. That's swg-unboxed.org. Okay. The $1 million question for leaders is, should I maintain stability or risk stability for the sake of truth? When is it appropriate, if ever, to deny or ignore truth in order to maintain the stability of the organization? Sometimes the truth about personnel, the truth about finances, or the indiscretions of a beloved team member, the conditions of the organization, the inadequacies that certain team members may possess in fulfilling their responsibilities. Sometimes these things have to be revealed. Other times, as you already know, silence is bliss. And here are some questions that leaders can ask themselves to bring greater clarity about when should it be revealed or when should I just keep my big mouth shut. And so here are 5 clarifying questions, and this is something that's really important. You want to pay close attention to these. Question number 1, how important is this truth to my integrity? How important is this truth to my integrity? Number 2, how important is this truth to the integrity of the organization? In other words, if I don't share this, if I conceal it, how will it impact the integrity or the view of the integrity of the organization? How will it impact the view of my own personal integrity? Number 3, who will be most impacted? Number 4, how will they be impacted? And number 5, what is your motivation for doing this? And that's what I'm going to really kind of dig in today as we talk about challenge leaders versus survival leaders. Like, what is your motivation for either sharing or not sharing the truth? All right, you ready for that? So here's the difference between survival leaders and challenge leaders. Challenge leaders are willing to risk goodwill for the sake of truth. In other words, survival leaders play it safe for the benefit of preserving stability. They will conceal the truth so that the team, so that individuals in the team are not upset. We just want to keep everybody nice and calm. Everybody stay calm. Everybody stay calm. Everybody, nobody get upset. And as I shared with you before, Oftentimes, it really goes back to how much discomfort we are able to tolerate as leaders. And I hope that you're able to see the difference in motivation. As I've been sharing in my past few broadcasts, many leaders are unable to tolerate the discomfort in others, especially those that are in their relationship system. So when they're thinking, as we're talking about motivation, what is my motivation for either telling or not sharing this truth? Many individuals think about, okay, how is this going to end? How are they going to react? And I guess that's the best way of putting it. How are they going to react? And can I take the bickering, the backbiting, the jealousy, the turmoil that may come up? So they avoid, we're talking about survival leaders. Survival leaders avoid facing or telling the truth in order to avoid the stress and anxiety that comes with upsetting the members or producing anxiety in the group. What they are essentially saying is, I don't want to deal with the drama, so I will avoid anything that causes drama. I don't want to deal with the drama, so I'm going to avoid anything that causes drama. And while a leader is not a drama king or a drama queen, a leader does take principled stands and principled positions. A leader says, you know what? I'm going to do what is right simply because it is right. But oftentimes survival leaders are just worried about, how is this going to impact the thoughts and the opinions that others have on me? Now, on the flip side of that are challenge leaders. And challenge leaders are extremely concerned with the truth. And I'm going to break it down to you. Challenge leaders trust that they have modeled emotional maturity to their team and that their team will follow the example. So if you model emotional maturity, if you model the ability to be able to hear the truth, to analyze the truth, and to accept the truth, to hear the truth, to analyze the truth, and to accept the truth, if you have modeled that with your team, then it is more likely that you will be confident that your team can handle the truth because they've seen how you handle the truth. That goes back to that famous movie scene. You can't handle the truth. That's my best Jack Nicholson impersonation. All right. If you are not emotionally mature or haven't demonstrated emotional maturity, it's much harder to trust that it will come naturally from your team. And I want us to hone in on that word trust for just a second, because challenge leaders are mature and confident enough in their leadership that they're willing to risk the applause and approval of their team for what is truthful and what is right. As a leader, how much disapproval from your team can you tolerate before it causes you emotional discomfort and stress? That's a question I want to ask. How much are you able to tolerate emotional discomfort and stress? I kind of got a little twisted around here because there's one more thing that I wanted to share with you, and it's just not coming up here. Wow. Let me go back through. Go through here real quick. I'm sorry. Leaders don't like to cause drama. When you've demonstrated emotional maturity, then you're able to accept it. Another thing is that leaders are able to trust their team. Let me just share that. That's what I wanted to share with you real quick. Leaders know how to trust their team. That's one good thing about a challenge leader. They say, you know what? I can trust that my team can handle this. Survival leaders have very little confidence in their team. And I'm just going to say that. They have very little confidence in their team. So let me conclude. And what you want to be able to do is not only model it, but then to be in a place of emotional maturity where you can say, you know what? I trust my team. Because you may just come into a situation and you haven't had a chance to model leadership and you have to share with them some jolting truths. But you know what? I trust that these are adults here, and I'm going to treat, because I am an adult and I act like an adult, I'm going to treat them like adult. And so let me wrap this up, and I apologize for getting discombobulated there a second ago. We want to be challenge leaders who are willing to risk goodwill for the sake of truth. In my experience, leaders who play it safe for the benefit of preserving stability often lose stability and harmony. You've heard the old I believe it was Thomas Jefferson, who said that those who are willing to sacrifice a little freedom for a little security will ultimately lose both and deserve neither. And I have found that as well. Leaders who are willing to sacrifice a little stability in order to a little truth in order to maintain stability and harmony will ultimately lose stability and harmony. People will sometimes rebel against the truth, but in the midst of real crises, leaders who are consistently truthful and who are mature enough and trustful enough to share the facts in a mature way, trusting that their team is mature enough to handle the truth, will see more stability and growth. And that's what we mean by challenge leaders. They step up to the challenge. They trust their leadership and they trust their team and the maturity of their team. And they can speak the truth. And they're not worried about what the backlash is going to be because truth is more important. Hey, look, I want you to continue to tune in. We got a few more things we're going to share with you about survival leaders versus challenge leaders. And we're going to continue to unbox the power and the potential of our leadership. Let's continue to unbox the power and the potential of every relationship. See you next time.
Seasoned with Grace, Unboxed also provides healthy relationship training and leadership development for businesses, churches, and community organizations. For a free consultation to discuss your team's needs, please contact us at our website at swg-unboxed.org. That's swg-unboxed.org.